Don't find yourself laughing, giggling, and there you are in a 2-year, 3-year situationship, nothing to show for.
I may be young, but I'm ready to give you all my love.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle, I'm a Ray, and if you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. So it has been a minute since I've done any dating content related videos on my channel, so I'm really excited to be bringing you guys a new video on my personal do's and don'ts for your first date. So if you're interested in learning more about those things that you should definitely do on that first date to nail a second, or things you should kind of just go ahead and leave to the side, this video is going to help you out, so go ahead and stay tuned. Now, kicking it off with the do's. My number one do, and I think this one is actually extremely important, is to ensure that when you come to the date, you're coming and you're looking and presenting yourself the way you would like to be addressed. And so that goes and ties into so many different things. Clothing choices, makeup choice, how you even smell. Literally, when you first meet the person you're dating, you're probably gonna give them a handshake or hopefully a hug if you guys are a bit more comfortable. And through a hug or any other form of physical touch, you definitely get a good sense for that person's body odor and the kind of smell they're emitting. And I think that can say a lot about a person and really speak volumes before you even say anything. And so my number one tip is to ensure that you look good, you smell great. And on the point of smelling great, I'm excited to share with you guys a brand called Dossier. They sent me some of their perfumes. I know some of you guys have seen me review these previously, but I swear they're so amazing and they're affordable and they give you those luxury smells, but for a fraction of the price. So I'm gonna go ahead and review this perfume for you guys. This is just how the packaging looks. It comes with a little card that tells you about the scent that you got and tells you more information about it. The scent I'm going to be reviewing today is Floriental Vanilla, and it is inspired by YSL's Black Opium Eau de Perfume. So in every box, you'll notice that it comes with like a tester, and this is great because Dossier has a test-free system where you're able to go ahead and try out the perfume you got with the tester. And so if you try it out and realize that you don't like it, no issues, you can go ahead and send it right back for a full refund. Now this was kind of different from the other ones I've reviewed because it kind of has like a color to it, which is different, but I'm excited to try it out. Let's go ahead and test this one out. Right off the bat, it's so light, and I love very fruity, I love vanilla, I love very feminine scents, and this definitely just encapsulates all of that. And what's even more amazing is that these perfumes retail for about $29 as opposed to their brand name counterparts that are like $100 or more. Now I'll go ahead and leave a discount code for you guys in the description box. Also, there is a 25% discount if you choose to order in bulk, like 3 or more, which is amazing. It helps you save even more. And the returns and exchanges are free, so definitely go ahead and check them out. My next do is so major. Come on time to your date, especially if he's coming to pick you up, which I don't recommend for the first date for safety reasons, but be on time. I think it's just a matter of respect and a matter of just honoring that person's time. I don't think that this whole idea of it's okay and it's excusable for women to be late because we're busy doing our hair, our makeup, whatever. Even if you're Beyonce, listen, come on time. It's just a great way to just start things off with a good footing, especially when you're dating men of a certain caliber. You know, their time is everything. Time is literally money. So it's just a matter of being respectful of their time and not starting things off in a rude or disrespectful manner. My next do is to not be afraid to allow your personality to shine through on the date. I know with first dates, especially when it's somebody you've never talked to or really, had in-depth conversation with, it's kind of nerve-wracking. Like, you don't know how they're gonna perceive you or how you're gonna perceive them, but really don't be shy to allow your personality to shine through and just really show that you're somebody who is capable of holding a really great conversation and someone that's easygoing and fun to talk to. to. Those are really great qualities that literally everybody looks for in whoever they talk to or date. Now, my next do is to exhibit proper etiquette. I think this is major. Now, depending on what kind of date you're going on, whether it's like a dinner date or maybe y'all are doing a fun activity or something, make sure that you carry yourself in a very elegant and feminine manner, and you're not rude, you're not disrespectful with your social etiquette. And just to dive more into detail on this point, I think things like your phone should be put away. You know, when you're there, be very present with the person you're there with. Make sure that they have your full attention. You're not just on there scrolling Instagram or anything. And even if it's like a dinner date, make sure that you're exhibiting proper dining etiquette and not embarrassing yourself or the person you're with. Now, my next do is to do your research. So depending on how you met this person, I do think it's important to like pre-vet whoever you're dating prior to even the date. I saw this TikTok where this girl was basically talking about how before the date, she knows his social security, his pending court cases, speeding tickets, whatever the case may be. I am not ashamed to say that I am one of those girls. I will stalk everything. I will stalk exes. I want to know everything. And then I'm going to still come on that date and pretend like I don't know anything about you. But I think it's important to do that just so that you come in with some kind of an understanding of who that person is. And also, people be lying. So that's a great way to see whether or not he's a liar or not. Because if you're sitting here and telling me that you're an only child, you don't have sisters or brothers, but I saw on Facebook you and your sister and your brother in Mother's Day pictures that your mama was tagged into, so that's how I was able to see. No. So that's an important thing to pick up on really early, and doing your research helps you to be able to really create a situation where you can see if this person just lies about blatant things. Because there are men out there who will do that. Now, my next do is to ask what he is looking for. I personally believe, and I've said this in a previous video, I do not believe that women should go on a date or be interacting with another man and you start off by telling him, hey, I want to be married in the next 2 years. Oh, I'm looking for a serious relationship or whatever. Allow that man to lead, and you see if where he's leading you to is a train you want to get on. And if not, dip. Because here's the thing, there are very manipulative and very sick men out there who will pick up on your desire for marriage or serious commitment and pretend to be somebody who wants those things as well, but are really just trying to figure out how to compose themselves so that they can get in the panties and dip. And obviously, if you want something serious, you don't want to deal with somebody like that. So I really do believe that relationships just work better when you allow a man to fully be in his masculine and to lead all areas of the relationship, and you as a feminine woman see where this man is going and figure out whether or not you want to get on that train. So I personally think that it's important for you as a woman to start off, make sure you're the person who asks, what are you looking for? And if he were to ask you first, I personally would not answer that question directly. I would be extremely vague, but I want to see what his intentions are. Is he gonna start off saying, yeah, I'm looking for marriage, I'm looking for serious commitment? That tells you a lot. Like, you want to hear it from him organically. So that's one of my major do's for the first date. And now my last do is for you to be honest about your intentions and what your personal desires are while dating. I personally have been in situations where, I've always wanted a serious, committed relationship, but I was just going through dry spells, man after man after man who wasn't serious, doesn't really want commitment, all that kind of stuff. And so I go on a date with the man, oh, he's cute, whatever. Yeah, he's not down for commitment, but let's just have fun for the time being and waste my time. If you know you're serious about what you want, maintain that seriousness. Just because you get on the date and he's such a flattering man, and he woos you off your feet, he's so attractive, great company, don't find yourself laughing, giggling, and there you are in a 2-year, 3-year situationship, nothing to show for it. Like, if you know what your intentions are and you know what it is that you want, let that be your number one focus. Because I feel like as women, sometimes we are really so easily moved by our emotions. Oh, but I like him. Oh, but he's really sweet. He's really fun to talk to. No. If you know what you want, maintain that goal in mind and don't allow yourself to deviate from it, regardless of how charming he is. Now, my first don't, and I feel so passionate about this, Do not fake reach for that check. I do not care. When the waiter comes with that check, I'm gonna be carrying on with the conversation like the waiter's not even there. And God forbid the waiter come to the table and ask separate or together or whatever they be asking. I'ma just look at him. If it's too awkward for you, just look into the open air, the distance. Baby, nothing should be coming out of your mouth. Don't do that fake, don't even say nothing. Just sit there and compose yourself and remain the beautiful feminine woman you are. Because here's the thing about that, especially if you're a woman who desires a provider man, allow him to provide. How can we sit here saying we want a man who provides, a man who can hold his own, who can take care of me, but out of, I don't know, ego and pride and, oh, I got it too, Miss Independent. You sit there trying to pay the check and, oh, I can take care of myself. Please. Allow that man, allow him to lead, because that will tell you something very important. And then also, you don't want to start off the relationship in a way that you don't want it to continue. So if you're looking for a provider man, why are you going to start off acting and pretending to cover the check when that's not even the kind of man you're looking for? My next tip is to not speak excessively. And I'm not even one of those girls who feels like, you know, you can't, as a woman, you can't have like your personality, you can't speak, none of that. I really don't. But I do believe that, especially like on a first date, the person who can sit there and listen more leaves the date with more information. Because think about it, you guys are both coming into this date not knowing much about each other. So the person who's doing more of the talking is putting themselves at a disadvantage because they're giving out all the information and the other person, you know, is able to understand and perceive everything and come to their own judgments or whatever. You want to be the person who is in the more advantageous position. So really do try to be mindful of how much you're saying, how much information you're giving, and really seek to listen to this man, listen to what his desires are in a relationship, in life, what his interests are, because that's going to help you more to be able to vet men and realize if this is the man for you or not. Because the thing about first dates, you know, as much as you're there trying to put out the best version of yourself in hopes of finding a relationship, you should also realize that, you know, you are a woman of value. You are a woman that any man would be blessed to have. And so when you carry yourself with that kind of mentality, yes, you are equally vetting these men as well. Is this somebody that I could submit to? Is this somebody that I can be in a relationship with, in a partnership with, whatever the case may be and whatever you're looking for. So really put yourself in the upper position where you are allowing yourself to really just hear whatever this person has to say and really suss them out. My next don't is to not lead with like an air of like arrogance and feeling like I'm just better than you and I'm just above you and all that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of women, especially women who, you know, are very educated and successful in their career and stuff, you know, really take a lot of pride in that. And I don't think there's anything wrong in that. You work hard, like give me my flowers. But I think especially in like the dating environment, you know, a lot of times like men, especially men of a certain caliber, aren't extremely hell-bent on your education, your career, how much money you got and stuff like that. They're more interested in more feminine qualities, your beauty, how you carry yourself. Are you able to respect a man? Are you able to submit to a man? Be cooperative. So leading with your education, your finances, and all these other traits can really be off-putting to a man who really desires a feminine woman. So that's honestly something to just be very mindful and cautious of while dating people and meeting people. My next don't is asking very intrusive questions. You know, keep in mind, you guys are both meeting for the first time, but you know, you really shouldn't be asking him like how much you make or tell me about your ex, what's her name, how she look, and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, yes, you want to still keep things somewhat serious in regards to knowing what your intentions are, what he's looking for and stuff, but it is the first date. You still want to keep things kind of upbeat and cheerful and, you know, just really having a great time getting to know this individual. So definitely don't try and be extremely intrusive with your questioning. Really do your best to try and keep things very upbeat and lighthearted. And if he chooses to take things a bit more deeper, allow him to lead in that manner and allow him to pry deeper and you follow. Now, my last don't is very similar to one of the do's, and that's just in regards to appearance. On the first date, you do not want to come looking overly sexual. You do not want to come come with extremely heavy makeup. I think one of the best compliments on the first date, especially if you're just meeting this individual in person, is hearing you look even prettier than your photos and stuff like that. I think that's a genuine compliment. So be very careful with how you present yourself. Don't be over sexualized in your outfit choices, and also with makeup. I honestly do believe that less is more, especially with the first date. Allow your true beauty to really shine through with that makeup, and don't look like you're on your way to the club or something, or like a girls' night out or something like that. And another point on this issue, I think, for example, men aren't stupid. You know, and I think this whole idea of men never know what they want, they're always playing games. If a man's playing games with you, he's telling you what he wants. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want you seriously. So I think as women, it's really important to keep that in mind. Men really do know pretty early on whether they're gonna put you in the wifey category or in the bed warmer category. And I think part of that has to do with how we carry ourselves and how we present ourselves to this man. So especially with it being the first date, you don't wanna come showing excessive cleavage, wearing a very super short dress. I personally would rather err on the side of being more conservative. You can still be conservative and sexy and everything, but you don't want to do too much in a way to suggest that you're looking for a hookup partner or friends with benefits, because men will definitely take advantage of that and treat you accordingly. All right, so those are all my do's and don'ts for the first date. I hope you guys found this very helpful. If you guys have any other video ideas and suggestions, even in regards to dating, the first date, what to wear maybe or something, please go ahead and leave those comments down below, and I'll be sure to get those videos out for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag, do. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh.